Yeah. Back at it nice and early. Hold on. Let me hit
Early.
this. Let me hit this X real quick and hit the promote button here so that people can start jumping on here. Oh, here we go. Pin that. Right. Go. Benavidez Morrell. All right. Send it to a few folks. What's good, Zach? What's going on?
Nothing, man. Nothing. Just trying to stay dry, I guess, cause there's snow all over the place all the time, randomly, different moments. I'm sure with you, it's more of trying to have some clean air with all them fires in
Yeah.
California right now.
Yeah, it's been crazy, man. But thank God we got some rain yesterday. So it's popping. It's good that we got that, and then just kind of going from there. You know what I mean? I was talking to my brother today. He was saying in New York, I was telling him, yo, in the morning it's like 40 here, right? But then by lunchtime it's like 75. He was like, yo,
Yo,
it's
for
about
real.
to be just a high of 40 in there. I was like, oh, nah, can't do it.
Yeah, you guys got the perfect weather over there in San Diego, man.
Can't do it, man. So, um, yeah, hold on. Let me just share this one last one, and then we will rock and roll. Uh, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the Boxing Rush Hour show. As always, Abe Gonzalez, host, with the co-host Zachary Ochoa. You already know what it is. Business as usual. He just flexed on you a little bit with that watch. I saw it just for a glimpse. I seen it.
Nothing crazy. Nothing
Yo,
crazy.
Zach, what's good, man? Talk to me. What's shaking in the city that never sleeps?
Everything is shaking, to be honest, man. We got a world champion, which is great. Richardson Hitchens, congratulations to him. We got a fucking world champion. Brooklyn got a world champion, man. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Talk to
Happy
me
for the kid.
about that, man, because Africa is doing this thing as they call him, right? In New York, he's doing this thing. Um, what is Brooklyn talking about? They finally got somebody with a strap around their waist, a world title, not no interim, not no
Yeah, yeah,
regional,
yeah.
like a world title.
So
What they talking
basically,
about
the
there?
the inside of Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? The boxing fans, all that. We're happy because we got a world champion. You know what I'm saying? And Richard Hitchens, he's just an example of you can come from anywhere and make it as long as you work hard and you stay focused. You understand? But with both Africa, he don't have like this global fan base and everything like that. So I think he needs a big fight in Brooklyn, bro. He needs a big fight in Brooklyn or Madison Square Garden to really build his New York fan base. You understand? Because it should be bigger than it is right now. But he's always been under the shadows of certain colleagues and things like that. But hey, he worked hard and he fucking did it, bro. He did what we all dream to do, which is to become world champion. And major respect to him because I remember, he's not even the most talented kid. He wasn't the most strongest kid, the most fastest kid. He was the most disciplined kid, as in he wanted it and he's focused. You understand? Out of all his peers, um, throughout the amateurs, everybody that he was with, he wasn't the most like shining kid at all. But what he did was he worked hard, he focused, got around people that knew more than him or were on a different level, and he just wanted it more. And guess what? Look how the cream separates itself. You understand the flash and the pizzazz, as in his other peers and all that stuff. And look at him; he ain't have none of that flash and stuff. But now that hard work just made him become world champion and it's a great thing to see, bro. I'm really happy for this kid, big time, and I hope he gets some big fights.
Yeah, man, and it's funny because you talk about big fights, right? And the
Yeah,
one thing that, or the one name that we keep hearing pop up is a potential fight with Teofimo Lopez,
Huh.
uh, which I think would be big for New York, right? Like, it's I don't know if it's Barclays Center big because that might be, unless you really fill it up with like New York talent. I think it might be like Masquerade Garden the theater type of big. You could
Yeah.
fit what 5,000 in there at
Hmm.
max. I think
Definitely.
a show like that, but I know you wouldn't mind, and a lot of folks wouldn't mind that it'd be right there in Brooklyn.
Of course, absolutely, man. I think a fight like that would be great because it'll show you um these two guys that one guy is really from Brooklyn, which is Africa. Richardson Hitchens, he's really from Brooklyn, like such as myself. We're really from Brooklyn. We took the train, we've jumped the trains, we've done everything, all this shit, the hood or everything, right? Tiafimo, he just used Brooklyn to build his fan base and to build his marketability and everything. When I think that was a big mistake, and I think it's backfiring on him now when he should have repped Florida, where he's really from. And give New York some love because he was born there, but rep Florida, and he would have so many Florida fans, bro. You understand? But for a fight like that, it would be great because Richardson Hitchson, he's one of the top. He's one of the most decorated guys, as in far as amateurs, and he can fight. He has a good jab. And he ain't afraid. He's not afraid. You understand? People think that, he fight like a Shakur or something. He doesn't really fight like Shakur too much. You understand? But he is a cautious fighter and he's a great fighter. But Teofimo Lopez, forget about it. He's Teofimo Lopez. He can fight his ass off. You understand? When before years ago, out of everybody, the Devontae's, this person, that person, everybody, I thought Tiafimo was the best one out of everyone. Even though I ain't like the fact that he was trying to rep Brooklyn, all that stuff, but who cares, right? But stylistically and skills wise, he's good. He's a really good fighter. Like he brings it every fucking time, and you can never take that away from him. He does fight to his competition. Africa does not fight to his competition. If you're not supposed to be in there with him, he's gonna make you look stupid and make you look like you're not supposed to be in there with him. On the other hand, Tio, he doesn't do that. He'll like if he fights a guy that's low, he'll stoop down to their level and whatever. But if he fights a guy that's top notch, oh, he shines. He brings it up big time,
Yeah,
and that's what's special about Teofimo Lopez. But when boxing, it's all about consistency. And Africa, if he can hit you with a jab for 12 rounds straight, and not he won't get off focus. You understand? He's gonna keep that mentality the whole time. And if Teal can do that, I'm not really sure. But if they did fight, it would be a fucking tremendous fight. I really wouldn't know who to pick in that fight because you could say Africa could just outbox him and box him the whole time using great distance. Or Tiafimo got great angles, bro, and he can dance. He has good feet. He can come in and he has pop. He could hurt Africa. You understand? So not saying Africa doesn't have a good chin. He has a little chin, but Tiafimo he can punch a little bit. We just haven't seen what Africa can take as in punches yet. You understand? And I just think it would be a great fight. I think if they did fight, people will come out. They would have to promote the shit out of it. And it's basically a just talking shit contest, going crazy. You know what I'm saying? At the press conferences, all that. You ain't from New York. I got more fans. I'm not even from. I wasn't even living in New York. I got more fans in New York than you. I could already see the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? But it would be a
so
great
so
fight. Go
so
ahead.
so is Teofimo the boxing version of Jim Jones then?
No, 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 no. Okay, listen. Jim Jones. Okay, I guess. Listen. I ain't gonna talk for nobody, man. But look, Jim Jones was outside though. He was
he
outside.
was he was
He
outside.
was outside, bro. He had his
Yeah.
people have his differences. Him and Cameron, all that. Cameron, a real
Yeah.
one. But Jim Jones, he was outside. He's not born and living there, but in Harlem, but he was outside.
He was outside, no
You
doubt.
can't compare. You can't compare Timo shit to.
Yeah.
Can't do
No,
it,
and,
man.
and shout out to both those dudes, Richardson
That's-
Hitchens and
Oh
Teofimo
yeah,
Lopez.
big
They
time.
both stand up dudes who
Yes, sir.
who always give everybody the time of day, never act no be on some Hollywood stuff
And
or
they
nothing
both
like that.
respectful. The first time I met Teofimo,
Both.
he was real respectful. Came up to me real respectful, real nice, cool. We talked and everything. Good dude. You know, Africa. I knew him since he was a kid, and he's always been humble and respectful as well. You know, but now when you get to the top, gotta separate yourself. You understand? So
Yeah.
you gotta have a little chip on your shoulder. You have to have that.
And that's the thing with Hitchens, that he's a world champ now. That adds a little pep to your step.
Absolutely.
That makes you a little better mentally. Like, you raise your game mentally.
Yes.
And so we had to see what a world title has done for Hitchens in his next fight. And if it's against Teofimo, I'm really ready to see that, and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see it. I mean, see it regardless, but I would like for Africa to at least defend his title once, not against a Teofimo Lopez. But if that fight is next, then great for them. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: Africa has a really good coach named Lenny, and Lenny's not playing games because Lenny knows that's his only world champ. That's his top fighter, and Lenny's on his ass. So if Africa ever thinks his head is a little bit more big or thinks he can do certain things, Lenny's gonna fucking put him straight up, straighten him out, and Africa's gonna listen because that's what them that got them there. That goal of listening to each other and trusting each other. So, and then with Tio, he's in a new camp. We don't know what's going on. So,
Yeah,
but
no
then
doubt.
don't
And let's
sleep because he has great experience.
Yeah, and Tails with apparently with Eddie Reynoso now. Don't know like
Yep.
how that situation is, whether it's his father leading or Eddie or what the case may be. Um, but we'll see what it is. For those that are joining the live, if you want to join the conversation, you want to ask questions, you want to talk your shit, the StreamYard link is on the YouTube page, pinned to the top. The YouTube is at AG Boxing, as it shows on the bottom of the screen there. And you call it. You don't got to show your face or nothing like that. Call it, say what up, do whatever, talk your shit. All right. I know it's Tuesday early morning, kind of here in the West Coast, but it's midday there in the East Coast, and in between in the Central. So just holler at us and let us know what's up. All right. So we're gonna go into the fight that the next big fight coming up in April. Jerome Boots Ennis is fighting Stanionis, Imantas Stanionis in
Good fight.
Atlantic City.
Good fight.
Very good fight
Good fight.
on April 12th. So Atlantic City hasn't had a really big fight in a while. I think I put down there that Hopkins versus Kovalev in '04, or was it
Not
14?
04, it was 14.
14, 14,
I
14.
was there. I was there.
Yeah. That
I
was like
fought
the
many
last big
times.
fight.
I fought
Was
many
that?
times in Atlantic City. Many times. Many times.
Yeah, that was the last time there was a big fight there. And so yeah, what do you think about this fight? This fight, it's
I think it's a
official.
perfect fight. Perfect fight.
Yeah.
Perfect fight. Perfect venue. Philly. Then you're gonna have all the this other guys, people from his country and everything coming to support. It's gonna be a really good fight. It's the most perfect venue. Jerron is gonna fight this guy. This dude is gonna come to fight. He's not coming to lose. I've been in the locker room with him, and of course I've been in the gym and seen Boots train 1,000 times and spar and all that stuff for years. But this guy, San Leonis, I've seen him in the locker room before his fights, and he's focused. He's fucking focused, and he's gonna come to fight. He's not coming to lay down. Who do I have to win that fight? Of course, I have Jerome. Who's in this winning that fight? Not easily though,
No.
because San Leonis, he has an awkward style, such as the other guy that he fought before previously, Boots. But I can see you can't see a late stoppage happening for Jerron, and it's because he wants to prove himself big time to everybody that he's not just this guy that ain't fighting nobody. He wants to fight everybody. It's just nobody wants to fight him. Tell you,
Yeah, and
you
that's the
don't want to
thing.
fight
Like,
him.
we don't know if we've seen the best of Boots Ennis.
You
What
have
if
not
this is
seen
the
you have not seen you have
what if
not
this is
seen
the
it.
fight, right? What if this is the fight that brings him on? Everybody's like, wow, like this is the special talent that we all knew he had. We just didn't see it against top level competitors. Do you is this you're saying that this is the night that we see that?
You can see it, yeah. I think so because he knows he can't just go in there looking for the knockout because he knows San Leone and he has experience now in the
Mhm.
pros. And he knows that he can't just go in there and think he can knock San Leone out in through 2 3 rounds because it can happen, but that's not really likely. You understand? So he's going in there training with his father Bozy, and they coming up with a great game plan. They keep Jerron stay in shape no matter what. He stay in shape. He's always sparring. He's always in the gym. Gym rat. You understand? But that can turn into also like restlessness because wanting to fight. But now since he's having a fight coming up, I'm happy for him, and he knows when to slow it up and to pick it up. Very smart, man. He has a smart team, Jerron, as well. And Stanionis, them guys just been waiting for a fight to happen, a good fight. They deserve both good paydays for this. It's just people don't want to get paid peanuts to get beat up by boots.
Yeah, and
I'm
this is the
telling
and this is the thing. Like, um, my concern is with Boots is like, is he gonna overwhelm his stay at 147? Is he gonna overwhelm his stay because of the weight? Like, I feel like he's almost like a fight or two away from the situation being really hard for him on that scale. Um, do you think this is his last fight at 147 before he moves up?
Damn, it's pretty hard. I think he's got two more fights to go. You know,
Okay. So
because
this one and another one.
yeah, because he's gonna you're making money now. You can hire nutritionists, you can hire cooks and stuff like that, which would be smart. And he can maintain the weight. Understand? But he's a big boy, bro. His legs are big. He's not a top heavy person. He's all around perfect general body weight. He's got a fighter's body, a good fighter's body. You understand? So, and he's physically strong as well. He's not just a strong puncher. He's a physically strong guy. So, he's athletic. Sanionis, he's more of like you hit him with a bottle in a bar. He's gonna fucking keep on. He's not gonna stop, and he's gonna keep on fighting you, no matter if he's athletic or not. And he's smart, and he's got a certain style that he'll fuck you up with. And before you know it, you'll be like, damn, 12 rounds passed and I'm losing on all cards because Daniels is good like that. He can fight like that. He can fight his ass off. He box
Yeah.
is really good, and he's not a punk. So I think it's a perfect fight. I'm excited for this fight actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then so we have that, and then Turkey went in there, announced also that
I like Turkey now.
we're getting Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero, and then Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez. And they're talking about they want to do it in Times Square outside.
Really?
Interesting card to do outside. I don't know if they're gonna pull it up. This is my thing. If Turkey and them said it out loud, it's because they had been working on it already
Yeah.
for the last six,
They could
7 months.
anything. They got it like that.
Yeah, and so because you know how it is. You got to get permission from the mayor's office and permits and crazy stuff to do
I
it in
wouldn't. I
Times
wouldn't want to
Square.
fight outside. I don't need
Yeah, and that's the other
smoke.
thing.
The
They,
pollution in New York it is terrible.
and they're talking about like in May, right? Like, what if you guys get hit with a severe rainstorm and all of a sudden the mat is slippery and all that? Like, there's
Like,
you do fights outside, like in controlled environments that you know that you're not gonna run into that, like Southern
we fought in the
California, right?
Bronx. We fought outside before in the Bronx and stuff like that, and
But that's a
Brooklyn,
gamble,
where the
though.
ring is in the middle of the avenue and shit. And people on the fire steps like watching the
But
fights
it's
and
a
shit. It's pretty.
gamble, though.
It is a gamble. It's a big gamble because many cars have gotten canceled. Many amateur cars with the weather and shit like that. So it's a big gamble. But no matter what, wherever they fight, I'm excited for it.
I think they do it. They should just say, you know what, we're not. It's not gonna happen. Let's just go ahead and move it to the Barclays.
Oh, Barclays, they can do it in Barclays. Why not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they'll do the numbers. Listen, I think Ryan versus Rowley
They can do the
is
numbers there because Road they have history. First of all, they have
yeah.
history. Then Rolly, he's fought Tank, so people know him, and
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna come out. Everybody knows Ryan Garcia already, and they want to come out just to come out, and it's gonna be a good fight, and everybody will go because
Yeah.
it's just gonna be entertaining. You know, how do I think the fight happens stylistically? Oh, bad, bad knockouts, bad
Yeah.
knockout. Like I'm talking
Left
about
hooks.
bad.
Check
I'm
left hook.
I'm talking
Stepping
about,
back.
and you already know who's going on the floor. I'm
Yeah.
talking about bad. Like unless listen, man, unless Rolly could catch Ryan with some shit,
Which
because it
can
can
happen.
happen,
Which
which can
can
happen,
happen.
because Rolly don't sleep on him. He can fight.
And
He
he
has an
got
awkward
popped.
little style, and he fights a little weird, and he's twitchy. If he clips Ryan, you never know. And if they're doing drug testing, if they're not, forget about it. Rolly's on the floor. He wake up next year, done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because Ryan Garcia could crack, but we don't know if they're doing drug testing this time. We don't know what's gonna happen. So I think it's
Yeah.
a
And
great fight, and both fighters both have a chance of winning big.
yeah, and I think that the fight is they're talking about it's gonna be 147. So should not be a weight issue
It
for
shouldn't be a
Ryan.
big issue at all.
Um then you got Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez.
Good
I don't
fight.
know, man. Like it's yes, is I it would be like for me, it would be a good fight 3 years ago. I don't know if Jose Ramirez has anything left, bro.
So I don't know if Rolly has anything left. It's the same thing. They both fighting the same, I guess level fighters.
Yeah, but I think Jose got a little more mileage on the odometer than Rolly does.
Yeah, but Jose's skill set compared to Rolly, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You gotta even it out there. But I think there's a good comeback fight for Devin to get his confidence back and everything.
Hmm.
I don't think he's going to take an L on this one just because of Jose Ramirez and how he's been in a lot of tough fights, and I'm not sure how he carries himself outside the ring, but he is a good fighter, man, and he's fought some good guys, and but I just think Devin Haney is coming to prove something now, and he's got this chip on his shoulder again, like I said, all fighters need, and he's coming to fight, bro. He's not coming to play games at all. I've always said Devin Haney's a fucking disciplined kid. Whether you guys like it or not, he's not a hood kid. He's not anything. He ain't none of that. He ain't none of that. Cornball, all that. He's a cornball, everything. He motherfuckers in the gym, disciplined, and he works hard. Now, is he gun shy? I'm not sure. Maybe, maybe not. You got to see when you can spar, but when you get them 8-ounce gloves on and you get hit and you feel the wind, your shirt is off and you feel that air from the AC in the arena on you, and you get hit with a little sun, you're like, oh shit, is it gonna happen to me again? Jose Ramirez comes up with
That's
an upset,
yeah.
and then that's it.
That's that's it right there, what you just said, because it could take that one punch that automatically snaps him
And
right back
Ramirez
into
can
the
land
Ryan.
it,
Yeah.
and he'll get an upset over Devin Haney, and then hasta luego he'll be, and that's how it goes, man. Trust me, I know. You ask me, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what
Yeah.
it is. I know what's gonna
Oh
happen with all this stuff, man.
man. Hey, all right. Listen, this past week, Inoue, the monster, yo, he fought Ye Jun Kim. And listen, I give credit for Ye Jun Kim. Like he invited him. He was like, come on. The
Nah,
worst thing he could have done, man. Inoue
nah,
destroyed that dude, man.
nah,
Um,
not in a way.
it looks like he might fight. I think it's Picasso. His name is, and then and Sam Goodman. For the next two fights, whether whatever order that is. Sam Goodman's trying to retain his uh his mandatory position with WBO. So he petitioned for that, and they told him basically, "Yo, show us the medicals, and we'll consider it or whatever." Um, but he shot down the Junto Nakatani fight, and Junto kind of shot it down as well. But in a way, it was like, yeah, that's a fight that maybe we could do like next year. So he pushed it down like a year, thinking that he's not gonna do anything. I don't know. Like if he does that, I think he might just move to 126 and just forget about that fight altogether. What do you think?
I think you might be right. I believe you might be right, man. And you know, in a way, he's at a point where he can do literally almost anything right now. His career, and like we talked about, this the first. By the way, this is the first the Boxing Rush Hour episode of the year for us right now.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
last time we did talk about Inoue, and you never know if he can start he'll step up and then start slowly closing the curtain on a perfect career. Who knows? But with a guy like Inoue, he's got the spirit of like an Anito Dinner and all that. They go out bad. They go out bad. The Chocolatitos, they go out bad. These young guys, these little guys, not young, little guys, they fight. They go on streaks. They fight. They go to death. They fight. They go to wars, and then they wind up taking bad L's.
yeah.
And then they wind up coming back, beating good guys. take another bad other. So it's hard for these little guys. I noticed they do not retire undefeated like that. So I'm not sure if Inoue can do it. I'm sure he can if he does it now, but you got guys working their ass off and studying and studying and studying.
Mm-hmm.
And when they land that fight with you, they're gonna try and land that shot, you know. So I don't know. But anyways,
And
1-2. Oh,
and yeah, and this is the thing though. Like he's fought like three southpaws in a row now. Ye Jun Kim, he's a switch hitter, but he was trying to fight him in the southpaw position. Um, I still think that the southpaws have a better. They have a little bit of advantage over in a way. For some reason, um, how they're set up and their punch selection from that stance, it just seems like it gives him a little bit of trouble adjusting until
a
he
little
gets
bit.
it.
A little bit.
But yeah, but when he gets it, he gets it. I just think that when you have a guy like Junto who has that long reach, who doesn't overcommit, who uses his jab and is smart with how he is punch selection and his the way he changes levels, I think that presents the
That presents
biggest threat.
issues for Inoue. Yeah, you're right about that. It does. But I see Inoue trying to, with his angles, chop down, chop the body. Great body work. I don't
Yeah,
know. There's I don't know what are the top who are the top guys and when it comes to body work in the world right now. Who can we name? Let's
yeah.
name the five guys off the top of the head. Who can we name?
Ooh, I mean, in a way, obviously.
Inoue, that's one.
Um, I'm trying to think here off the top. Kind of got me here.
Javante Davis.
Javante, yeah, yeah, because Javante likes to change those levels. I think Ennis to an extent. Still Canelo a little bit.
You can
Canelo still a
throw
little bit.
you can throw Canelo
Uh,
in there. Yeah, throw Canelo.
um,
That's three. You got two
David
more.
Benavidez.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
David Benavidez. And then let me see. I'm trying to think. Hmm,
I know it's hard.
maybe. Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe Usyk to an extent, but he doesn't like the way he does it isn't like your traditional like body puncher because he does more like straight punches to the body, which
Yeah.
kind of folds guys. So I would say him. Throw him in there.
Okay. Gotcha. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So and speaking of the heavyweights, Fury announced his retirement like a couple weeks ago.
He'll be back.
You think? Yeah, I was gonna say you think he stays retired? Be back.
No, he'll be back.
Yeah, yeah. But this is the thing. Now, what do you do if you're Joshua?
Fight
Like
Joshua. Oh, what did
no,
you do if
but
you're Joshua and he's retired?
yeah, like you're
I don't
waiting.
know.
Like
You can
who do
fight
you fight?
anybody. You're Anthony Joshua. You can fight anybody.
Yeah, but
You can make the decisions,
they're
and
talking about
everybody's
so,
gonna.
so Turkey was gonna wait a couple weeks, right, and then ask Fury again. If Fury tells him he's retired, then he was talking about doing
McCauley.
um, Joshua versus Bacoli in Africa, or Joshua versus Wilder.
I like Joshua versus Wilder, man.
I
I don't
know, me
care. I
too.
don't care. I like it. I still
I
like it.
know,
I don't give a fuck. I like it, bro. Come
I
on, man.
know, me
Make the
too.
fights happen. And yo, people need to stop. Yo, Bacoli's good, bro. He's good. But Bacoli's not George Foreman. Y'all gotta chill out. Calm the
Yeah,
fuck down. Y'all
I
tweaking,
seen
bro.
that out
He
there.
beat one guy. I mean, he's done
Yeah,
his thing, you know what I'm saying? But he beat one top, you know what I'm saying, celebrated guy, which is what's his name? Anderson, Big Baby Anderson. You know what I'm saying? I
I
ain't, you
seen that
know,
out there. People need to
relax. But
people
Coley
need
is
to
good. You
relax.
can fight his ass off, but relax.
Yeah,
Chill
yeah,
out, man.
just chill.
Put
Just
him in
give them a
there. Put
little
him in
bit.
there with the winner of the Bois Parkers. Huh? You know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
dude?
put them with some top tier guys. Um,
Put him in there.
I wouldn't mind seeing them with Big Bang Zhang if Zhang wins, right? Like those type of
Or
fights,
have
right?
him fight Jarrell Miller. You know what I'm
Or
saying?
have him
Fight,
fight
fight
Jarrell
the
Miller.
real big baby. Yeah.
Yeah, see if he
Put
can
him in
knock
there.
out that 300 pounder.
Yeah. Then they call him the Big Baby King if he does.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Hey, and we're gonna get into one other topic before we move on to the Benavidez card. A lot of talk, Canelo Crawford. for September in Las Vegas. I have to believe that's like a probably like a Raider Stadium, Allegiant Stadium type of situation if they do that. There's fighters out there that are saying that people are bugging, thinking that Crawford has a chance. Fighters are saying that. Some fighters are saying that.
Some retired fighters.
Um, some active fighters are saying that too. Some
Yeah.
some trainers are saying Crawford has a the best chance out of anybody to beat Canelo. It's interesting. It's intriguing. I want to see it, because we know Crawford's skill set. I want to see the fight. If they do this fight, where is from 1 to 10? Where is this in your excitement level?
What you mean? It's 10 for me. It's 10 for me. The reason why I say it's a 10 for me is because you don't know.
That's the
You
thing. You
don't
don't know.
know. And I say this not disrespecting, but all respect. It's the opposite. It's more respect because Canelo is a good fighter, a great fighter, and he's done so much in the sport, right? Despite his, anyway. And then you have Crawford. It's fucking Crawford. You put him in there with anybody in the fucking 80s or 70s, he's going. He's going to war. He's going all
He's
out.
out of here.
He's
Yeah.
going in. It doesn't matter where you. But the thing is this: weight counts. It does count when a guy knows how to use his weight. Canelo knows how to use his weight. He knows how to fight at that weight class. You understand? But then weight doesn't matter when you got a guy as smart as Terrence Crawford and could start start picking the locks, and start beating
Mm.
the shit out of Canelo and fucking picking each lock and studying and Bomac then like this all day, 3 in the morning, like this, watching the video on fucking Canelo like this, and can do everything. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Bomac is crazy, bro. They gonna be watching, but then you have Canelo and his team. They watching Crawford. Don't think all because Canelo's relaxed. They watching,
Nah.
bro. They
Eddie
watching,
watching.
bro. And Canelo's a smart ass fighter. Canelo, after he lost to fucking Floyd, I don't care what they say. He was inexperienced, all that, but Floyd did his thing. Floyd, fucking one of the greatest ever. After that, yo, he stepped his game completely up. So it's gonna be a tough fight for both of them. And whoever wins, best in the world, the best of this decade. I don't give a fuck. Like, say if Canelo knocks out Crawford, I want to hear nothing. Can't say nothing about Canelo. Canelo could fucking retire the best of this decade ever, of this decade right for right now, right? Crawford stopped Canelo.
He's out
Crawford
of here.
stopped Canelo. Yo, you gotta.
He's out of
Yo,
here. He's
he's
out
an
of here.
all-time great
And
dog.
this is the thing. I think that they're trying to get, I know Berlanga's trying to get Skull. Um,
I don't know whose skull is. Who is this?
Skull, he's got the IBF strap because he was the mandatory, and so he beat Shishkin for the IBF strap. So he wants Skull for that Puerto Rico fight, but I don't know if I think that Skull's in a beautiful position because I think that Canelo fights him in May, gets that belt back, and
Canelo
then
fights
when
Skull in May?
I think Canelo will fight Skull in May to get that belt back, and then when they do the Crawford fight in September, it's undisputed, title fight.
So what's Edgar trying to do?
Edgar's trying to, beat him to the race and fight Skull so that
Yeah,
maybe he can get the
but
Canelo fight
that's
again.
you never having nothing again. Silva. He's not getting
Yeah,
Canelo fight again. It's not happening unless he. It's not happening. He did his thing. He got to focus on coming back, being some top guys, getting better, and then becoming a world champion now, bro. I mean, he's
yeah.
trying to get Skull, which is good, but man, Canelo makes the moves right now, man. Canelo's making the
Yo,
moves, bro.
and Edgar got like they said like almost 10 M's for the Canelo fight.
Yeah, yeah,
He
absolutely.
got
So
paid.
this got paid, bro. He's straight. I mean, even after you pay your management and every single person on your team in taxes, you still good. You understand? You still straight. If you know how
Still
to,
5-6 mil in the game.
if you know how to budget your money, right? Which I hope so. You understand? Because if not, that's how guys be at the Golden Gloves with their little chains and be like, "Yo, man, I remember when I fought, this guy and this guy." And like 50 years from now and shit, they be like
Yeah.
that. I know how it goes, man. I seen it happen.
Yeah,
So if
man.
they manage their money right, they'd be straight. But I think Edgar could fucking uh could beat some other guys, test himself, beat more guys, and then go for a strap as fast as he can and the easiest he can. Because if he can get a belt, hey, then he can milk it and make some money, more money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. Listen, we're gonna get into the big one. David Benavidez versus David Morrell Jr. fight card. Okay, the fight
David.
will stream live on Prime pay per view, but it will also stream live on ppv.com. Shout out to ppv.com. And you can go to fightsatw.com and click on the banner and order the fight directly there. So do that if you're gonna watch the fight. Fightsatw.com is the website. If you want to throw a little wager on the fights, signupexpert.com/fightsatw. It's on the bottom of the screen going across. Hit it up. All right. We're going to go and we're going to talk about, I would say the first one, they got the Mirko Cuello fight for the WBA interim title. I think we're going to go with Jesus Ramos versus Jason Rosario. All right. Before I get your thoughts on that, right now, Jesus Ramos is, let me see. Oh, they took him. Did they take him off? Oh, no. He's a minus 3,500 to win, with Jason
Ooh,
Rosario being
he's a minus.
plus 1,100.
Yeah. Okay.
So he is a huge favorite right now. Jesus Ramos, um, he's a guy that I felt like they didn't push the button hard enough for him. And what ended up happening was he ended up losing in a fight that he shouldn't have. I thought he won that fight against Erickson Lubin. But I think that at some point it became too much of a routine for him, and he lost a little bit of the desire, and it caught up to him in the ring.
Yeah, I agree with that, man, and I definitely agree with that. And you see him and Erickson Lupus in there in the same position. They're in limbo. And
Yeah,
now Jesus Ramos is he's fighting Jason, Rosario, and that's a good comeback fight for him. Jason Rosario does not care about anything. He's gonna go in there, get hit with a body shot, he's gonna take a knee, and it's over. That's it.
yeah,
Understand? But if he can hit you with some shit, he's gonna try and hit you and knock you the fuck out with some shit. If he can't knock you the fuck out and you break Jason down, he's gonna quit. And that's how it goes. And this is no disrespect to people and fighters and stuff because I'm a fighter. So I know I'm just calling it and telling you how I think it's gonna happen and how it's happened patternly, if that's a word, you know. But yeah, Jason, I mean, Ramos, man, he was good coming up and everything like that. And I think they didn't promote him as well. He wasn't super marketable and all that type of stuff. And then he lost the fire. When you lose the fire, it's over for you. You understand? So it's gonna be real interesting to see how he can be against Jason. Because if Jason hits him and he starts, folding away, and we got some problems. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to make this about Lubin either, but man, I want to see Erickson Lubin fucking fight. That motherfucker is talented. He go to hell through any fight.
where's
I
he
want to
at?
see him fight. He's been on the shelf. He's just been sitting there. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the most talented guys that's around, and he could fight his ass off. And he proved to me so much heart with him and
and
fucking
and
from
and that's
the.
been the trend, right? With like a lot of PBC fighters that aren't like the big name stars, they're not getting dates. So man, it's hard. It's hard to stay sharp when you're not staying busy.
It is
Um
very hard.
and so Jesus Ramos, man, like he's listen, great guy outside the ring. I've had the pleasure of speaking to him multiple times. He's a really good fighter. I think the fire dimmed a little bit. The light dimmed a little bit because of the inactivity and the lack of opponents. But this is the fight that he gets it back. And I'm gonna tell you right now, he'll be adding to an already flooded division. Like 154 is flooded with talent. Now he might not get a world title fight soon, but he should be fighting you know, any of those guys, Charles Conwell, um, the guy that beat Tim Zoo or Tim Zoo, Erickson Lubin again,
Charles
uh,
Conwell should have
J-
been fighting for a world title or something.
Jamel Charlo, like all those fights are there. Like I would love to see Jamel Charlo versus Jesus Ramos. That's a great fight for me.
That's
So
that's a good fight, but yeah.
I think we'll see what it is. Shout out to JH. She said excited for the clash of the Davids. Yeah, man, we're about to get
Actually, the
into that.
Davids, man, they should
We
did they campaign it like that? Did they put it like that?
no, but shout out to my man Matthew Aguilar who put out the put out the article on fightsatw.com talking about the different paths of the two Davids. So shout out to
I'm
him.
excited for that fight. Oh,
Yeah, man. All right, let's so Jesus Ramos, we thinking mid to late stoppage.
yeah, yeah, that's what I'm thinking, fam. Yeah.
Mid to late stoppage. Okay. All right. This is the fight that I want to see. Brandon Figueroa versus Stephen Fulton Jr.
Let's talk about it.
This is
Talk
the
about it.
fight. This is the fight that I want to see. This is the fight that excites me the most. Because
They gonna
you
go.
know I've seen these guys, fight for a long time, man. I know that the Pitbull Cruise one is out there. I
You
think
worried
that
about
the
that?
the flame is a little bit, dim on Pitbull Cruz. Let's see what he does or whatever. But all right, hey,
You should have been fighting Ryo.
should have, but we'll
Ryo
see.
beat him perfectly. I don't know what
Yeah,
he's talking about. He running around boxing. Ryo beat the
uh,
shit out of him nicely,
yeah,
nicely.
nicely.
Put
Um,
some respect on it on that.
yeah. Not just because you lost doesn't mean that he was running around. Nah, he boxed
Boxing,
his ass off that
boxing,
night. I was
boxing.
there. He boxed his ass off. Um, Brandon Figueroa, Steve Fulton Jr. This is this is the perfect time for both guys. And I say that because they've both faced a little bit of inactivity.
Big time.
They both moved up in weight, which is a little bit more of a natural weight class for them, because they were really squeezing down to get one to 122. And it's this stylistically, it just makes too much sense. Steven Fulton Jr. touched the canvas last fight. People started to question whether the inactivity was catching up to him. Brandon Figueroa, he's downhill. He's an avalanche. Once he starts going, like it's hard to stop him, from keeping going. How do you see how do you see this fight going first before we go individually on how each of them can win it?
How do I see this fight going?
Yeah.
All right, so I see it being real hard for Steven.
Mm,
The only reason why I say that is because of the inactivity part. The reason why I say this is because Steven Fulton, he's one of the most hardworking guys in the gym. One of the most smartest guys, one of the most toughest motherfuckers. He runs like a monster outside during training camps. He's good, bro. And he's a great person. Before everything, he's a great dude, man. But inactivity can bother you. It could ruin your personal life. It can get in the way of a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? And if that happens, people get dropped on all that stuff, but I understand. But a guy like Brandon Figueroa, he is a snowball. And once he starts going, it's hard to stop him. Even though he ain't, what I'm saying, as skilled as Fulton. He's not even close to as skilled as Fulton. Fulton clearly won that fight. It was a close fight, but Fulton beat him at his own game. You know how fucking crazy that is? On the inside work. You know what that means? Hard work in the gym tremendously, Steve Fulton was doing. So, but if Brandon Figueroa thinks all because Steve Fulton's been inactive and everything, that he can just do the same thing that he's been doing, he will lose to Steve Fulton. And Steve Fulton will come on his A game, come in shape. He's got all this time right now, stay sharp, and beat him again. So don't sleep. But if Brandon Figueroa could change shit up just a little bit and go hard and try his best to take advantage, I just think it's gonna be a very good fight. I'm not sure who's gonna win this one. I can't say it. I can say how it's gonna go.
Yeah,
Steven,
but
I could say Brandon Figueroa could just
we're,
start
we're gonna
going
get into
over
that.
Stephen Fulton.
Yeah, we were gonna get into that. But let me ask you this before we do. Um, do you think that the couple of M's that he made against Inouye might have, affected him a little bit, or
I think it can. I think it probably did. And not probably did as in like for him, like with him, mostly maybe like the people around him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
mm,
trying to take advantage of him. You know what I'm saying? Trying to, just ask him for a lot of things which can fuck him up mentally in
yep,
his personal life, and it's wrong, because he's worked so hard for all his stuff and he deserves whatever the fuck he wants to get. Assholes. Yeah,
yeah,
greedy ass motherfuckers. You know what I'm
and
saying?
and
But
that translates into what,
boxing in the ring.
boxing in the ring.
Yes. Yes. Brandon Figueroa, he just Brandon Figueroa. He comes from the Figueroas. They do whatever the fuck they want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They do whatever they want.
they live in a small border town in
They fight.
Texas, and
They just
they got
fight.
their own gym, and all, it's a family business. It's a family
Yeah.
business. So,
Mm.
shout out to Jay. She said Fig could get a stoppage if Fulton doesn't bite down. I can
It
see
can
that.
happen. It can happen.
I can
So
see that.
so Brandon Figueroa can get a stoppage against Stephen Fulton, not because he'll hurt Stephen Fulton, but because maybe Stephen Fulton will just be like his desire in his heart, be like, man, fuck this shit. Because of all the personal stuff he's dealt with. But if he bites down, I could see Stephen Fulton stopping Figueroa on beating the shit out of his face, on really fucking up his face on Brandon Figueroa and hitting him, because Brandon Figueroa is right there to be hit, and Stephen Fulton don't punch soft. He
Yeah,
hits hard.
let's talk about that. All right, so Stephen Fulton Jr., you're Stephen Fulton Jr. You know what you have in front of you. You know who you fought last time. What do you have to do to win this fight?
First of all, I gotta come in shape. I gotta be eating good ass fucking meals. Whatever money I got right now left from the in fight, use that to hire people, to my nutrition, all of it, every single thing, and then go to your boxing, go to your jabs, go to your footwork, go to your accuracy, good defense, and moving. And then also the biggest thing is the inner strength, because no matter what, Brandon Figueroa is gonna get inside, and so you need inner strength and good legs, and then he will beat Brandon Figueroa. That's how I believe he'll beat him, with the inner strength, the boxing from the outside, moving. And when he wants to fight on the inside, you fight on the inside, and then you get out when you need to get out. But the angles, Figueroa, he also needs to come in shape, and he needs to be sparring some fast guys, because Stephen Fulton's a fast fucking guy, and he's got to learn to cut the ring off more.
Yes.
Don't follow Steve Fulton. You're gonna be following him all night. You're gonna lose. Cool boy gonna cool your ass out with jabs and movement. You gonna be fucked. You gonna be thinking, hey, he ain't the same fighter. Cool boy gonna cool your ass out. You understand? So Brandon Figueroa, he needs to cut the ring off, come in good shape, and also use a jab. He's taller. He's got longer arms, but use a jab. Try to use a jab. Put your jab out there so you can bring yourself in and stop forcing yourself in with just your face, because seafood is just gonna be boxing around that. You understand? But if you can do those things, you cut the ring off, which is big. Use his presence, and his weight and his size over Steve Fulton. He can make it hard. He can make it hard for Cool Boy, big time. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that that's the key too, because, like you said, Figueroa, he tends to lead with his face, right? And he does get cut up, often and everything else. So he is subjected to cuts. I think that cutting off the ring is going to be key for Brandon Figueroa, but he has to almost
Body
start
work.
his body work from the start, bro.
Oh,
Like, he
from
needs to,
yes.
from the minute that bell rings, that first punch got, but that's going to come at a risk. That's going to come at a risk of him being exposed, right? But he's got to do it
Yes.
to slow Fulton down. He's got to do it because if he dedicates to the body solely for the first few rounds,
The head's
by
open.
round by round 4 or 5, Fulton's going to be feeling it, and that movement is going to be a little less because it's going to be a little more painful to move around, and then that's when he can really be doing his Brandon Figueroa thing. And when he gets on that snowball, right, it is going to come like an avalanche,
Yeah, it's pretty
and
hard.
and and by the 10th round, ninth, 10th round, he might be out of here. Fulton might be out of here. But if you're Fulton, right, I think that he doesn't need to prove anything to anybody. He can stick the jab, move around, get on the inside and mix it up if he wants to, but then hold on to the bigger Brandon Figueroa. Like hold him, kind of,
Yeah.
muscle him around a little bit. Not too much to where he's expending energy, but muscle him around a little bit. Then come back out, boom, boom, 1, 2, then step out.
I
Right?
think both these guys need to look spectacular. However, one of them wins, whoever wins, they need to look spectacular. If Cool Boy wins, he needs to look spectacular in order to land another big fight. Because right now they're in like the background, like that little, like that fizzy, phased background. Nobody
Yep.
really cares and stuff like that. But if he looks spectacular, people will come out and be like, "Oh shit, put him with this guy. Put him with this guy.
Yep.
Put him with this guy." You understand?
Yep. Yeah,
So
and
I
and
think,
that's and let me tell you, some people have told me that Brandon wants the Inoue fight at 126, and he wouldn't mind going to Japan. So listen, I would love I love to see that. Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
get past
So
Cool Boy first.
but he got to get past Cool Boy. So I mean, listen, this has to be my favorite fight, even though the main event is one that I really really want to see. But I think because I've seen these guys grow in front of me, even when people weren't talking about them, when they were just coming up on the club shows and stuff, I was watching them and I've seen them and I've spoken to them. Um, man, it's good to see them at this stage fighting a rematch that matters, and
Big, big, big.
and it's big. You know what I mean? So, this is a good fight. But you said you can't pick nobody. I was gonna ask you for your final prediction.
No,
Oh,
I can. It was hard
okay.
for me, but I can. I guess I could pick Steven with him by unanimous decision. Yeah.
Mm, a
Close,
close
wouldn't by a
unanimous.
close fight, but close unanimous. So,
Yes,
not no bullshit.
like
Maybe like,
115, 113, all three cards.
yeah, like that. Because of the
Yeah,
grit and moving around and this dude just following him around,
yeah.
and Steven
Uh,
coming in shape.
I'm
I knew what you
thinking
picked, brother.
I'm thinking the opposite. I'm thinking Brandon Figueroa 115,
Hey,
113.
I respect it.
Um, but it's that's a 7-5 fight, right? And so I think it's gonna be that close of a fight. There's gonna be a lot of swing rounds, and we'll see. We'll see. Now
It's who
listen,
wants it. That's it.
huh?
It's who wants
What?
it. That's it. It's who
Yeah,
wants it.
who wants it more? Who wants it more? All right, the main event. First of all, before we get into the breakdown here, current odds, Benavidez is the favorite at minus 190. David Morrell, underdog at plus 155. Benavidez by KO TKO is at plus 320. Benavidez by decision is at plus 125. A draw is at 1800 plus 1800. Morrell by KO is at plus 600.
Oh
Morrell
shit.
by decision is at plus 275.
Those make
Um,
sense. Makes sense.
those make sense,
Makes
but
sense.
that's a little the. I'm surprised that the Benavidez by TKO KO is that much.
This guy can dance, bro. He can
I
dance.
know, I
You
know,
know?
but still, though, like we haven't really seen him in with the level comp. And I was talking to somebody about this yesterday, so haven't really seen the level of competition in there. David Benavidez, David Morrell fighting the fight when it matters the most. I
Yeah.
know they wanted the fight a year or two ago. I don't think it would have mattered as much.
Right
Right
now it
now, it
matters.
matters the most. It's not over marinated. It's the right fight at the right time for both these guys. Um, Going into this fight, I know it's at 175. Do you feel like there's any issues or any potential issues on the scales for either one of you
No,
guys?
no, I don't think so, man. David Benavidez, he's been in the gym and he's been staying focused. He's been hungry. Great dude outside the ring. He's been looking good. He hasn't been heavy outside the ring. Who cares? People drink, people drink. David Morrell, he dancing all over the place. He's fine. He's in the gym all the time. These guys are not gonna have any problems at making the weight. They're both gonna come in great shape.
Okay. All right. Now, let's talk about like the X's and O's. You're David Morrell. You see this big Jew that's coming at you all
Jab,
fight long. What do you got to do to win this fight?
jab, dance, move around, jab, let him follow me. Tries to cut the ring off, hit him, grab him, turn him out, go back into the center of the ring, hit him with some hard shots, go to the body, slow his big ass down. That's how David Morrell can win. Just like that. Go into the body. But guess what? You go to the body with David Benavidez, you better make sure you're on point and smooth because that motherfucker is coming counterpunching the shit out of you. Okay? This is it's not gonna be an easy fight for David Morrell, but he has the feet, he has the movement, he can dance, he can move around, he comes in great shape. But this is a different level now. Yo, this is David Benavidez. This is a different level, buddy. This is this motherfucker that's been fighting and sparring everybody, you know.
Now, let me ask you this: you don't think that David Morrell has the ability, even in this fight? I would say, in this fight, does he have the ability to stink it out and win a stinker?
He can, but David Benavidez gets stronger and stronger with the rounds, so it's hard. Can't win a sneaker like that with. Can't do it.
Look this.
You can say this motherfucker does this shit all day, but I'm telling you, David Benavidez is good, but Morrell, man, he has to come in there blazing with his good footwork, and he has to fucking hit David Benavidez hard. He has to get his respect off the rip. If not, David Benavidez is just gonna walk through all that shit and destroy it. That's what his intentions are to do.
And it's funny you should say that because Boo Boo Andrade was in an interview. He was like, "Yo, when we fought, like I hit Benavidez with like four of my best shots, and I thought I rocked him. But then this dude smiled at me right back, and I said, "Oh shit, I'm in a fight now." This was what Boo Boo was saying. He was like
I
that
know,
caught him by surprise.
I
He's like
know, I know,
he hit him
I
with his
know,
best
man.
shots, and dude smiled at him. He was just like, "Bro,
Yeah,
like
man.
what
And
do you
look,
what do you do
mentally,
about that?"
mentally, that could fuck you up. You understand? Mentally, that could fuck you up unless you're a strong dude and going, I don't care what the hell you smiling about. I'm gonna just keep hitting you, and then you
Yeah.
win that. You win the decision. But David Morrell has to hit him to get him respect. But if he can't hurt him to the head, guess what? You better invest in that body big time.
Hmm.
You invest in that body, you're gonna slow that train down.
Yeah.
And then you can wind up winning by decision. Or maybe you can even hurt a flash knockdown. Who knows? But Dave Benavidez does have a good chin. So, but if he exposes himself, anything can happen in boxing. But David Morrell, if he punches and bunches with good combinations and gets out and lands a couple hard shots to the body, he can do very well against Dave Benavidez and he could pull out a victory big time.
All right. So let's flip the script. What does David Benavidez have to do?
Cut the ring off, don't follow, cut the ring off, use your jab, and also I want to see some feints.
Hmm.
Make David Morrell move around more than he has to. Make him move
Hmm.
around more than he has to, and also move your head a little bit. Block block your shots, and also go to David Morrell's body and slowly let your well not slowly, but let your punches come off. Don't hold them too much. I don't want to see David Benavidez losing any rounds that he could have gotten because of inactivity of just walking around trying to get him. I want to see him throwing his punches and bunches. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, and I saw him. He was working on cutting off the ring with Guillermo Rigondeaux.
Oh yeah, yo, test Morrell's chin. Test his chin, and I don't trust that. Working with Guillermo Rigondeaux, that's cool.
Yeah, that's the
They're
other
both
thing.
Cuban. Cuban
Uh,
guys are like locked in together. Okay, I don't want to hear
yeah,
nothing about Guillermo Rigondeaux, a legend, but they be locked in with each other. Okay.
yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
a fact.
Think
That's a
about these
fact.
things. I think about everything. I don't give a fuck.
Uh-huh.
What is it? Yeah. Hmm.
Um, I think with David Benavidez, man, I think he just wears down Morrell, bro, with volume, um, with his different levels of punching, body head, and eventually he stops him. I think he'll be too much because it's like, bro, it's you know, I think Benavidez's opponents be like, pero este tipo no se cansa.
Cause he comes in
like
good
like he
shape. He
doesn't
comes
get
in good
tired.
shape. Well, you think Canelo ain't dumb? These motherfuckers don't.
Yeah, you don't
You
want that
can't.
smoke.
You couldn't put Dave Benavidez with Mungia or Edgar or
Nah,
somebody. Come on, you see what happens.
Munguia know the deal, man. Nah, but listen, final prediction. We got a couple minutes before I got a blaze. Final prediction: Morrell Benavidez. Who wins?
Dave Benavidez wins.
Okay.
He wins. He wins. By a good decision, hurting Morrell a couple times, but Morrell stays in the fight. Betting wise, um, it's a draw, and they both lift their hands up, and they're both cursing in Spanish. Go, go on, you fucking! I don't want the fight, and then whoever got the plus 1,800, they put money down. They got paid big.
Listen, I'm gonna go a little bit against the odds makers. I think that I'm gonna go Benavidez by late stoppage,
Oh
like
shit! Okay,
like round 10 or 11. So
I
if
like
you
Morrell,
wanna,
man. We're not giving Morrell credit, but
nah,
I'm
I'm
just saying,
giving
I
him
like
credit.
David Benavidez.
Yeah, like
He fight his ass off. This
I'm
is what it
saying
is, man.
maybe put a couple dollars on that plus 320
All right.
on Benavidez by KO before that thing starts coming down because
Parlay. Put the
by
parlay down. You
bro,
heard?
put the parlay in
Put the
there.
parlay. Ramos, TKO,
Yes.
Stephen Fulton, decision, close fight. I know you.
And
And
Benavidez,
Benavidez just winning.
yeah,
Get the parlay down. You know.
yeah, no doubt. Listen, shout out to the 109 folks that are tuned in with us. We appreciate you guys. Normally we come on a Friday, but the situation opened up for both of us
Oh yeah.
this morning, so we figured we deliver it nice and early during the week. We hope you enjoy the fights. Go watch it on ppv.com. They'll be having it. Uh, they'll be hosted by Jim Lampley and Lance Pugmire. You can live chat with them all night long while y'all watching the fight. So hit up ppv.com. Fightsatw.com is the website. We'll have all the content on there throughout the week. We've already got stories loaded up. Go check that out. AMG Boxing on YouTube is where you can find this show and our previous shows where we talking and future shows. And as always, when we come on, if you want to come in, talk your shit, shout out, comment, ask questions, whatever, you're more than welcome. Me and Zach and I, however you want to do it. We're here for the
Yes,
people.
sir.
And
Yes,
shout out
sir.
to Mike Woods. Parlay with Benavidez by stop or by decision. Abe says KO. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man.
Okay. Okay.
Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Zach, hit him up. Let him know.
All right, guys. I want you guys to have a great weekend. Well, great week, and look forward to more boxing to be coming down. We're gonna be doing a lot more of these shows more often. This was our first one of the year, and I'm excited. I'm happy for it, and then stay tuned for all the big stuff in boxing that's about to happen. I'm excited, and I'm not gonna hit you with but I'm gonna hit you with
The backhand.
the backhand.
All right, y'all. We appreciate for y'all tuning in. Peace.